You fall down, you get up, you fall back down, you get up, you fall. You can't see it, it's in your own head. A small reminder, you'll never ever win. You can't see it, it's in your own head. You put it all behind you. Now it's coming back to find you. So where have you been? This could be your last chance. It wears so thin when you wear it on the outside. I see right through. You fall down and get back up. You fall down, you get up. You fall back down, you get up. You fall. You can't see it, it's in your own head. A small reminder, you'll never ever win. You can't see it, it's in your own head. You put it all behind you. Now it's coming back to find you. You can't see it, it's in your own head. You can't see it, it's in your own head. You can't see it, it's in your own head. You put it all behind you. Now it's coming back to find you. Yeah, you put it all behind you. Now it's coming back to find you. In your own head. That was a version of Fall Back Down. A little mangled. I did a little surprise. I surprised myself by changing keys in the middle like I do with Strawberry Blonde. Hello everybody, welcome to show number 2. I know there's a few new people here in the group. Just so you know, I have this camera right here. Right below that camera is a envelope that's covering up the feed so I can't see the feed and be distracted. But I have my cell phone here, and I got my friend Todd from the group, the Stantones. He's gonna text me if there's some catastrophic thing that I can control, which is usually pretty. That's not the way things go. Things are usually out of my control, but sometimes there's something stupid like you're singing too loud or you're out of frame or something like that. So anyway, I'm gonna play a few more songs here. Other too well, just a little like living in hell. We blame each other when there's no one to blame. It's time for everything to change. It's time for everything to change. We lock ourselves inside for more. Chew the frames around the door. Taste of freedom where there's no escape. It's time for everything to change. It's time for everything to change. California, here we come. We'll build a nest up on the sun. Raise a glass to everyone back here. change. It's time for everything to change. time for everything to change. One of the last songs I wrote in my apartment, 279 East 10th Street in Manhattan, right before I was leaving. Maybe even when the moving truck was... These two guys came in. I think they were tweaked out. Like maybe they had driven all the way from California, like that night they arrived in New York. They seemed to be pretty tweaky, and they were just packing all my stuff into boxes because we hired them to do that. We hired them to like pack for us, which I don't recommend that for anybody. I think it was called one rate or direct rate or something. Flat rate it's called. Flat rate, man, a little tricky. And then when they ended up in LA, they lost. Okay, so of all my crap, right? The guitars I think I brought with. I didn't ship the guitars with flat rate. I used a different thing for my guitars, but they lost this box of like very important books, like books that mean a lot to me, and so that was messed up. I'm gonna change guitars, but then they found the box. The box ended up in someone else's world, and it ended up coming back to me. All right. Every time I play that chord, it really does sound like Yesterday because it's a drop tuning like Paul used on that song, and it's a Martin. So here's a song. Sun-drenched fire with... Wait, what is it? Okay. Sun-drenched. Okay. Okay, so this whole album of the month thing, right? Featured album of the month. It's, you guys have no idea how long I wrestled with, like, you know, what to call this thing and how to prepare for it, because I feel like, you know, I don't know what to do on Stageit. Like, I'm not sure what all this is for, but I'm giving myself a whole year to really figure this thing out. Like, it just seems like, it's bigger than what it's more important than the attention I've been giving it. Not me, but this forum, in what we're doing right now. I feel like it's bigger. So I'm going to start, and I'm investing time into it, and effort. And, yeah, so that's what this is about. And you know, slowly the show the format will come together. Like, the branding is already pretty good. It's great, actually. I love the where is it? Up here, you know, the artwork of Falling Into Place that Heather did, HV did. It looks like Mike Adult Swim, which I really love. So that's cool. I like the branding so far. So far, it's been fun playing these songs. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really pumped about this. Like, I'm excited. And so, okay, I'm going to get into more music because I'll just talk my way out of... That was a ballad. Maybe I should... I'm going to do this one. Let's switch over to the whirly, okay? I'm going to go like this. Hopefully everything's still cool. If you're in LA and you're a fan of Shepard Fairey, we become friends because we live kind of close together and our kids go to school together and we have shared interests. But this is his show. This is the show. I'm wearing the shirt to his show that's at his gallery right now. It's pretty rad. Anyway, so here's a song from Falling Into Place. I'm kind of cut off. You really see my guitar. Oh, I have to go this way with it. Okay. This song is Hills of LA, and the thing about Hills of LA is it was really, really slow. It was a ballad, and it was like a dirge, and I have this really cool home recording of it. I'm afraid if I switch over to iTunes, the audio's, I'm going to lose the audio, and I'm going to screw up the show. So next week, I'll do the snippet playing thing. This week, I'll figure out a way to do it. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm pretty sure if I switch to iTunes, I'm going to screw this show up. So anyway, this is Hills of LA. It used to be a ballad. It wasn't really a ballad, but it was slow and dirgy, and I just want to talk for a second about, like, the quality of my voice, because, like, there's such a difference between the way I sing on the first Candy Butchers record and all the stuff before that and Falling Into Place, and I never really thought about it or examined it. But over the past few days, I'm really focusing in on it because I'm listening to these early demos of like Hills of LA, for instance, where my voice is high and more like Glenn Tilbrook, you know, or, you know, almost feminine, like Neil Young's voice is feminine, you know. It's like that. It's like high, and my range. I'm not talking about range. I'm talking about the way the tonality of it. And I realized, I mean, if you just look at the cover of Falling Into Place. I mean, I was an angry, sad dude, and I was mad, so my voice changed. That's what happened. I was pissed. I was so mad. I was mad because most of you know this, but I was fucking furious because my wife died, and I didn't know what to do. So I buried myself in anger and started wearing these glasses to kind of hide. And I didn't create a persona. I was the persona. Like, that's just who I was. But I woke up in the hills of LA. I finally made it. I found a way. I just can't remember deciding to come. I'm looking for something to put my finger on. I have friends in the hills of LA. I see their faces, forget their names, but after a while place. I dream of a world that's looking for me. I started out nowhere, well that's where I'll be. I worry about what I've become. I'm looking for someone to blame it on, but everyone here is somebody. Oh no, nobody is anybody. No, no, nobody is anybody. No, 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 no. Spill the wine with that girl, yeah. Spill the wine, and I never even listened to that band before. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of War or Eric Burdon, but I love the Animals. Eric Burdon, his band, I opened for Eric Burdon at the Channel once, and his guitar player borrowed my amp and blew it up. Pretty cool. I thought it was cool back in the day. Alright, hang on a sec. This is a treat, so hope this is working out with me not looking at the feed. I'm just hoping everything's okay. But it was distracting last week. Okay. So anyway, I had these lyrics because I was going through all these demos and I discovered this song that was written for a James Bond movie. And I didn't know what I was doing at all. I just signed to Warner Chappell, which is a publishing company, and the guy there is like, you know, they're like casting a net for songs for Tomorrow Never Dies, and you should do it. You'd be perfect for it. I'm a huge John Barry fan. I love all the James Bond music. I love the films. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do that. And like, of course, there's no money in trying, and but it's what you do as a songwriter. I don't know why I said that. A little piece of bitterness, maybe. I don't know. But I wrote the song, and then I submitted it, and literally didn't even hear back. They even like said, nice try. And then years later, I was at some function, and I ran into the guy that gave me the assignment, and he was like, man, that was like one of the best songs ever submitted. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? I thought, like, anyway, it's not that good. I'm not saying it's great, but it was fun to listen to it and then figure it out, because it's like, there's a lot of chords, man, in my world back then. I can talk about that in a little bit. Let's see if I can do this intro. I don't know. Wait. Alright, hold on. Oh yeah. That's not really the intro. I can't play it. I screwed it up. I just figured it out. Here we go. Let me try one more time. No, I couldn't do it. Okay. Here we go. So, this is our last goodbye. It doesn't feel like the end. I know I leave you satisfied. One day we'll meet again. Dressed to kill, somewhere beyond the pale. This thrill brings us together. Yesterday won't survive. Tomorrow never dies. Pretty much that's what it was. It was close to that. Okay, so that was an outtake from Falling Into Place. I bring that up because it was highly considered, oh, you should rewrite the words and put that on the record. And who knows what kind of record it would have ended up being. But here comes another one from Falling Into Place. I feel like I want to talk about a little bit of Falling Into... I got an email, actually. I sent out a line. I put a line in the water, and I said, if anybody has any questions for me, because I'm not going to look at the feed until later, to email them. These are my reading glasses. This one's from... I only got one. But that's okay. It's show 2. It's all right. It's from Paul Marceri, who I noticed that Stephanie, who I know from back in the Fez days, I know that they're both on there today, brother and sisters. Okay, this says, "Hi Mike, really looking forward to the show later. So I would be very curious to know if Falling Into Place was the record you really wanted to make at that time, as far as the songs, production, etc. I asked because I believe it was your first major label release, so I assume that there were a handful of others who probably had a say in the final product. I remember when it came out and how excited us fans were to see you getting your overdue and well-deserved shot. It's a great record, of course. It obviously represents a specific time and place in your career, life, as do all of your records, I imagine." So yeah, the answer to that one is like, it wasn't the record I wanted to make, but now I'm going back and listening to it, and as I've been working on preparing for this show, you know, I'm discovering like that I really like that guy, whoever that guy was with the gas can. Like, I like him. His record's cool. Like, I just wish he wasn't so angry. I wish he would lighten up a little bit. I mean, if you think about the titles of this record, they're all negative. There's not one positive title. I mean, even Falling Into Place, it's like, sort of. Not really. That's not positive at all. It's all about Moby Dick, that one. We'll get into that one, I guess, when we cover it. But wow, time is really whipping by. Trying to give everything sort of trying to like pace this, but I'm excited, and it's also just whipping by. But anyway, to address this, Paul, yeah, it wasn't the record I really wanted to make, but I mean, Todd quit during pre-production. I was with the Candy Butchers, were me and this guy Todd Fulsham, and he left during right after pre-production, right when it finished. Like on the ride back to Boston with the drummer and the bass player, Pete Donnelly and Mike Levesque. He's like, "Yeah, I'm quitting. That's the last time I'm playing with Mike." Like on the ride home. So, and then, you know, just before cell phones and stuff, so it wasn't like, I found out like a few days after, like, "Oh, he didn't tell you?" Like, no, I never knew. Jesus. So then I had to like figure out what the record was going to be without Todd. And but there is a whole pre-production album that exists of Falling Into Place. Let's see, it's Todd and Mike together. So there's two drummers, me and Pete. It's cool. It's like a little. We tried to kind of do a feelies thing, but it didn't really turn out that way. It was. He probably made the right decision to leave when he did. I think he did, just because like I had gotten this record deal with Columbia. We had lost the other record deal, and it was just like, it sort of was like the focus definitely shifted to me, and it was out of my hands. It's out of my hands. Literally wrote that song about that. But yeah, it wasn't in my control. And this is a song I wrote for the record. Why I never do. I left you holding all the blame. Somehow I never knew. All day I'm thinking so long. I'm thinking about you. It's too late. I'm always too late. I know you can't wait forever. Just give me some time. Ta-da! Okay, well, let's see. We're in Encore land, so I'm going to peek onto the stream. I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's kind of good not having a stream. I feel like it's more of a podcast. Maybe at this stage it works better this way. I don't know. Maybe it does. I'm going to keep playing if you guys don't mind. I'm not going to, I'm not going to have parameters. But those parameters, I'm going to knock them down right now, okay? Okay, cool. I'm in ballad land only because, I don't know why I'm in ballad land. I don't need to be. Okay, let's see. I wanted to play this song. This song's off Ghoul. I started playing this song last week, and I bailed on it because I ran out of time. I really like this song. I wrote this with Laurie McKenna, so... I could sing this higher. Let's try it this way. Yeah. I thought I was the setting sun. All alone, I didn't need no one. I wonder where it all went wrong. Love can put it back. When I breathe out, nothing comes back in. Shell of myself, bones and skin. Loose tooth in a fighter's grin. But never learned to cry. Together, There's that guy. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. I think I will. I'll do one more song, and then I'll do some jibba jabbing. Okay? I'll read the feed. This was a request from last week. I'm trying to make up for last week. I feel bad about last week. I feel like it was horrible. I was rushed. Holidays are not relaxing, so. And I love you so. Here we go. Wait, hold on. Sorry, wrong key. No, I got it. Sorry. And I love you so. Here we are now. Here we are now. Finally alone. I've dreamed all this before. Here we are now. Here we are now. I'm not dreaming anymore. My heart is open. There's a red brick wind. Shit, sorry. I gotta figure this out, sorry. Oh yeah, I got it now. Here we go. Watch, I'm gonna do this. And I love you so. Here we are now. Here we are now. Finally alone. I've dreamed all this before. Here we are now. Here we are now. I'm not dreaming anymore. My heart is open. There's a red brick wind blowing in from the east, in a river flowing out of my head into your mouth. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm not gonna call you, 'cause you'll be right here next to me, with a river of sorrow flowing out of my head into your mouth. And I love you so. Here we are now. Here we are now. Finally alone. I've dreamed all this before. Here we are now. Here we are now. All right, cool. Very mellow set. All right, I'm going to go into the feed. I might as well hold my guitar while I do that. Going into the feed. Right down there. Going into the feed. Down on the left and the right. Going into the feed. Yeah. Episode 1. Episode 2. Going into the feed. Yeah. On episode 2. Yeah. Wait a minute. Curfew. The show automatically. Yeah, whatever. Show ends in 10 minutes, but. Oh, guitar. Would you say Jack Black? Yeah. Griff Studio. Is that Paul Griffin? think that's Paul Griffin. Is that Cousin Paul? It is amazing. It's my cousin Paul. Awesome. What's up, Paul? Paul was in a band. You went to a band called Foreplay. Remember that? Uh-huh. I do. Okay, let's see. Other stuff to address. Before I get lost in the feed, I want to talk a little bit about something. Again, this is the first of a year worth of shows, okay? So the flow is going to, I think there'll be more music next week. I don't know, I feel like I only played like 3 songs, but that's cool. I wanted to talk a little bit. I wanted this to be a little bit more like a podcast. It's free, right? You don't have to, I don't know, Killing Floor. It's coming, Lise. It's coming. There's a lot of shit behind Killing Floor. There's so many cool, there's a lot of cool outtakes, because that song used to be called Keep the Bastard Off the Road, and there's a really cool version of that song. And it also, Too Much Going On and Killing Floor were the same song. So the verses, I'll play it, I'll show you. It was like, a carry, lay down your arms, and they were just to fall so long, tangled in the wire, like that. It's like, carry, lay down your arms. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, it was the same thing. But then I chopped them up. So I was like, those are 2 songs. So I want to talk a little bit about let's see. Well, I guess I talked a little bit about my headspace, which was, I think it's important for people to, you know, to dive deep. Like I have a very, I consider like a very active inner life. When I say inner life, to some people that might mean self-obsession or whatever, but it's not that, because I know self-obsessed people. It's not that. It's just it's existentialism, you know. So if you don't know really what that is, or you've never read existentialists, or like you've never considered it, it's basically like, you know, the obsession of the secret cause. Like what is all this stuff? Not just Stageit, but all this stuff. So anyway, when I get to Falling Into Place, you get to a guy that's had a lot of shitty things happen to him. We've all had fucking terrible shit happen to us. I get that. And he got that. The 26-year-old Mike got that. He understood that. He totally understood it, but he still was angry. And he was hurting, so he did lots of drugs. I'm pulling a third person thing, so it's a little bit easier to talk about that in the 90s Mike, you know. But anyway, there was this guy, Bob Clearmountain, who mixed the record, and I met Bob because he mixed That Thing You Do. And when I went to the studio while he was mixing, and I got to spend time with him, and I was a huge fan of his Crowded House records. He did Woodface. He did Temple of Low Men too. That's my favorite Crowded House record, Temple of Low Men. But and he mixed that record, and you know, it's just like, that's, you know, great recording, great band, great production. Mitchell Froome produced it, but like the mixes are insane. So I got him to mix Falling Into Place, and the thing is like I was making that record. I wasn't producing on my own. I was producing with my friends Danny and Day Bennett, and both of those guys helped me like helped me actually hone my musicianship in a way that no one else has ever done for me. You know, they taught me a lot, and but when I made that record, it was sort of like I was so angry, and I was almost like mad at them in a way, just because they wanted to make it successful. And I like Temple of Low Men. I like records that weren't successful. I liked Squeeze, Argy Bargy, and I hated Tempted. It's like, that sucks. It's too good. It's too much of a hit or whatever. Like I like bands that were obscure. I liked U2 until everyone else liked U2, and then I'm like, oh, fuck U2. So they wanted me to make a hit record, and I wanted to just make Temple of Low Men, I think, and or something like that. So there was that rub the whole time. Add more guitar. Like I had one guitar, one bass, one drums, just like Electro Di Perfecto is. It was very stripped down. and they're like, you gotta lay your guitars, please, please. We get it played on K-Rock, and because that's what you did in the 90s, you know. And so that's why there's a lot more guitars on there than I normally would have done. The song choices, they definitely were the best songs I'd written at the time, but there should have been less. And someone should have been like, you know, write a positive song, dude. Like, go get some therapy, feel a little bit better, and then write something like that's, can't we do anything right, doing it the wrong way, once I was, stop when it hurts, all I have, let it ride. Let it ride's not so negative. Too much going on, nah, it's pretty good. Killing Floor, ouch. So, I like that record a lot, and I am going back, you know, in this part of this process is to reclaim it all. Not to like be a revisionist about it, but to the opposite of that. So I'm totally ignoring the feed. I'll open it up. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I feel like it's less of a podcast. Okay, Stephanie relates. Mike needs to pull a squeeze cover. Okay, I'll do it with the last second, okay? I met her in a ballroom, a name I didn't catch. She looked like something special, the kind you'd understand. The room was almost spinning, she drew an early smile. She had the grace like pleasure, she had a certain style. The sunlight on the lino, waking me with the shade. I looked around to find her, but she had gone. Goodbye, girl. Goodbye, girl. Goodbye, girl. I lost myself a razor. My club room locker keys, the money in the West Coast, it doesn't bother me. My mind was booked to Guernsey, some luck is not the word. If you ever see her, say hello, goodbye, girl. The sunlight on the lino, waking me with the shade. I looked around to find her, but she had gone. Okay, so I'll see you next week. I already booked a show. I love that song. I already booked a show, and I believe it's Friday at 6 p.m. I'll email everybody that came here. Anyway, you know, through Stageit. I'll let you know. Excited about this. This is my board here. I'll show you. This is my studio. Okay, and I'll do this, that. Yeah. So this is what I'm doing it from here. This one I'm doing. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, next week it is, and email me MikeViola@mac.com. Email me requests. Remember, it's the featured album of the month is falling into place, and the top tipper of the month gets a CD of acoustic versions of all the songs recorded on this tape machine. You turn it on so you can see the lights. I actually recorded Hills of LA this morning. It came out really good. I've got Fall Back Down and Hills of LA recorded. Killing Floor will be recorded acoustic, maybe even with strings. Bow. And yeah, so it's going to be a long year. And I don't expect you all to come here, but I'm sure someone's taping it. I hope someone is. And you know, we'll it'll be on the iloveenvy.com. I'll put that here just in case. iloveenvy.com. That's the website that you fans made, that John and Scott made, otherwise known as Steve. I'd like to thank all of you guys for helping me. I've this fan base is my team now. I've got different fans. They're friends, but they're fans. But you know how it is. They're friends, and they help me